Well, you want to talk about Yellowstone? It came out. I got the chance. Got to go home last night. My wife had taped it for me. It's pretty awesome, wasn't it?
It was nice to see Mason Garcia out there on the field this past Saturday. How has he responded in practice this week after maybe making a mistake or two?
Yeah, he did. But you know what? Like he said Sunday, he's like, Coach, when you get out there and get a chance to play, it just fires you up a little bit. He said, I really couldn't wait to get back out here Sunday, and practice, because I realized, man, I really do like playing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know there is a point in there, and the backup quarterback, it can be the best job in the world. Probably if you're in the NFL and you're getting paid, it's really probably a pretty good gig. You know what I'm saying? Just be the backup quarterback. Everybody loves the backup quarterback because he don't make no mistakes. But it's also hard when you're a competitor and you want to play. You know what I'm saying? You want to play. So he was just so happy to get to play. I think he made a bad throw. He really did, and he hates that. He kind of messed the play up on the end. That part on the goal line, I'll take the blame for that. We kind of got a little bit discombobulated out there. There's a point in there where, what was it, 42-3? Do you throw it? You don't want to be those people that, because in this business, you'll be on the other end of that. Somewhere in your career now, you'll find yourself on the other end. We've been the other end of that here. You know what I'm saying? I've been at some other places. So you're kind of like, well, these are young guys. We want to let them play. You want to score, but you don't want to act like, okay, we're just out here, like just being buttholes about it, trying to run the score up a little bit. So, but he was thrilled. He was just like, it's slowing down for me. Every time I get to play, I just feel like I'm getting more prepared, because practice reps are great. We try to make them as competitive as we can, but it ain't anything like being out there in the game.
How much for him specifically, like the pre-snap reads, going against a different defense in a live setting, how much does each of those reps help him?
It's just so valuable. Like I'm saying, the practice is one thing, because you can always just redo it. You know what I'm saying? You hit a bad shot, you drop a mulligan down, you hit another one, and in games you don't get that back. So it's just such a different rep for him. And that's what he was saying. He's like, it just felt like he was really slowing. He's really so mad at himself for making the bad throw, because he said, I felt so good. I knew exactly what I was supposed to do. He did. He went right to the right guy. He should have thrown a back shoulder throw, and he just made a terrible throw. It just came out of his hand. He said, and I felt great. The ball was good. The ball felt good. He said, I'm just so mad at myself for making such a bad throw. It was almost like he was just too into, okay, I know what I'm doing, and then he didn't do it very well. But he grows from that, no question about that. And we think he's got a bright future. I mean, I don't judge it on that one bad throw. I know he had good field position, which that's part of the game, but he did lead us down there and score. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty good.
Going off of that, who else that got some playing time that we might not have seen before that stood out to you?
I thought Isaiah Foote, who had never played here. Okay, he's almost been got on the field so many times, and we've told him so many times, you got to be ready to go. Okay, guys have gotten banged up, and on the sideline, we've told him, you're going. And then before they get a long drive or something happens and the other guy recovers or gets the thing retaped or gets the brace readjusted, no, he's back, you're okay. I know that's got to be frustrating. I thought he did really good out there on the offensive line. I know a lot of people probably weren't looking at the O-line. Everybody's looking at the quarterback, which I get that, but he did really good. And now he's jacked up. He looks like a different player this week, too. So we're really pleased with him, because he's going to have a good career here, I think.
You look at Memphis, what do you see from those guys defensively? I know they always have athletes. What do you see from them?
Well, they do. Everybody in this league does. It's a pretty good defensive league right now. A little bit the offenses are not matching maybe the defense, which normally this league's been, more of the arena ball type thing, I guess, reputation-wise. They're also the three safety scheme that has kind of taken hold of this league a little bit. They're back and forth a little bit with that, though. They've got a lot of junior college players, so they're experienced. They got some older guys, even though they haven't been there. But they run well, really talented at linebacker. Secondary really runs well. They're used to playing a fast-paced game, so they've had some really good games, and then they've had a few games where they've struggled. A lot of that's because of injury, and that's one thing. And it's like that at every level. Maybe not as much if you're the elite. You have other guys to come in and step in, but they've had some games where they had 3 and 4 starters out on defense, and boy, that affects you. Unfortunately, I don't think any of those guys are out this week, so they're all back. So we're expecting them to be at their best. So they beat Mississippi State. They beat some good teams, like that. And beat SMU, who we all thought was going to run the table. Now they've hit Houston, they hit Memphis, so we're expecting them to be really good. I think also if you look at the thing, they've played really well at home. Their problems have been when they've been on the road, like at Temple. They didn't have what they would say would be a good game, but they played really well at home. I think they have lost once at home, and they had a big lead when they had that, and I don't know what happened there.
A lot of the coaches have not been to the Liberty Bowl. When was the last time you were at the Liberty Bowl, and what have you told them about that?
Well, the Liberty Bowl, I don't know that they have. The last time I was at the Liberty Bowl, I guess, was the Liberty Bowl game. And was that the Arkansas game, Tom? When coldest day in the history of life, I guess,
It
right?
was.
And we should have won that game. I keep remembering the thing, and I know Ben Hartman is just who won so many games for us. You know what I'm saying? I feel so bad about that. I don't think Ben's been back yet. We got to get Ben back because obviously he won more games than he didn't win for us. But that was my last one. But we've talked about it, big stadium. Okay, I don't know. It's 11 o'clock game their time. I don't know if anybody be awake or not over there at that time. They'll still be on Beale Street probably at 11 o'clock in the morning, getting their way home. But it's a good atmosphere. Usually, it's a good place to play. We've had some good games there. We have 2 Liberty Bowls, but we've played Memphis. It's been a while since I've been over there, but I know it's an exciting place. I like Memphis now. I'm excited about going.
Russell, their Mike, has been all over the field all year, really throughout his career. I think he's a redshirt senior.
Yeah.
Did you guys have anybody that y'all assigned during inside run period and team period to be him? So
well, we have 2 different groups, and we put them in those jerseys, the whole bit. Obviously, you better know where he's at out there. So we've had a couple of guys doing those assignments this week, and they've done as good as they can. They didn't do it as good as he does it, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately too, for the practices. But yeah, he's outstanding. We really got a lot of things where we got to know where he's at.
4th down this year, y'all been really good.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about 3rd down, but that kind of take us through the headset when Coach Houston's like, all right, we're looking at 4th down territory, or how that maybe changes your approach.
I know that the percentage thing, I don't really look at it that much, but I've been told about it enough, so, and that's okay too, that we're bad on 3rd down. But somebody told me this. I didn't know that we're 11th in the country in 4th down. So I think you have to look at. There's going to come up with a new percentage the way the game's being played now with this new analytics or stuff. You're going to put it together 3rd and 4th down. Now how do you rank? How are you doing? Because we're doing really well on 4th down. Ryan McManus kind of lets us know at the beginning of each series, and then he updates me and Coach Houston throughout the series what the analytics say. For example, he'll be saying 3rd or 4th and 3's a go, or 4th and this is a go, and so then usually Coach will make a comment on 3rd down. You got 2 downs here, or he'll be like, not saying anything, which then I know that. Now, that doesn't always play out exactly right, but you do call the 3rd down thinking like, well, if I get it to the 4th and whatever, he's going to let us go for it, because I'm just in the mindset of we're going for it. I want to go for it. I got a 4th down, play, got a game plan ready for that. So I'm just hoping we get to that. Now he makes some heck of calls now. I got to give him that now. He's made some really good decisions on this. So the other night, it's 4th and 15. And he goes, what do you want to do? And I said, hell, I want to go for it. And he's like, you're crazy. I was like, no, let's go for it. And he's like, you better damn make it. You got a good play? And I was like, I got a great play. I was totally BSing it. No, whatever. And so then we line up, and he goes, do you like it? Because he's going to call timeout. And I go, love it. And you know what? We did hit Audie, and he made it. We didn't hit him on time because somebody got beat and Holton had to make it out there. So we made it a little bit challenging, but it's a good moment there. You know what I'm saying? You live for those. So
you guys seem to push the ball down the field a little more in that game, especially early. Is that something you caught on film against Temple, or did it just kind of happen that way?
No, I think we've been consciously trying to do that. Not that we weren't at the beginning of the season. I know a lot of people said we were not. We just didn't have time to throw it a couple of those times earlier in the season. Like against Appalachian, we had 2 post routes that we're trying to throw, and they're wide open. He just didn't get a chance to throw them. In that game, though, we definitely had seen that they were a little bit accessible to getting beat over the top. So we had the plan, and it was kind of in the what I call the fringe area. Everybody talks about the red zone area. It wasn't in the red zone, but it was kind of the area before the red zone where we had seen that there were a couple opportunities, and with Ryan Jones, his ability kind of starting to show more and more as he's really starting to hit his groove. There were a couple things in that he got open on, and so they worked again. We were right on those, but yeah, we consciously were trying to do that. We missed 2 deep throws early that I really thought we should have hit too. So we should have had more of those. We need those. We need some more of those big plays. Finally, Keaton got another big play in the run game for us too. So we got to keep doing that.